My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. I welcome all of you for today's session of Akhanda Gita Yajna. We are in the chapter 1, shloka number 36 to 39. The chapter 1 is about depression of Arjuna. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So depression is very important because what affect Arjuna, we are also getting affected in the modern day world, 21st century. Shloka number 1.36 to 1.39. First, let us chant first.
Nihatya datarashranaka pritisya janardana papamevashchayed asman hatvaitan atatyaina tasman narha vayam hantum dhatarashtran sabhandavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukinasyam madhava yadyapete na pashyanti लोभपहत चेतसा कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न ज्ञेयम् अस्माभिः पापदास्मन् निवर्तितं कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं प्रापश्यभिर्जनार्दन.
So I welcome all of you for today's session. Today the theme of the today's session is called Dilemma of Arjuna. Dilemma means should I do this or should I do this? That dilemma we are discussing. So first let us understand the meaning of the shloka. Gayatri ji, can you tell the meaning of the shloka?
Yes. Shloka 1.36 to 1.39. Arjuna says, O Janardhana, what pleasure will be derived from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, even though they may be aggressors, but sin will certainly come upon us if we kill them. Hence, it is not right for us to kill our own cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra and friends. O Madhava, the possessor of divine powers, how can we hope to be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Arjuna continues, their thoughts are overpowered by greediness, and they see no wrong in annihilating their relatives or wreaking treachery upon friends. Yet, O Janardhana, why should we, who can clearly see the crime in killing our own relatives, not turn away from this sin? Thank you, Hari.
So this shloka, you can turn off Kateni. This shloka is about the dilemma of Arjuna. Arjuna's problem starts with raga, attraction to his grandparents. Then it turned into imagination of the future, what will happen. That imagination, they die. In that imagination, death causes him, he goes to the future, and that causes mental disturbance called shoka. The mental disturbance causes moha, delusion. The effect of delusion is what is the effect of delusion? We are not able to think clearly. Mind is cluttered. So that cluttered intellect, effect of the cluttered intellect, we are seeing. Now let us see, understand what is the effect of cluttered intellect. So for Arjuna, dharma becomes adharma and adharma becomes dharma. First level. What is dharma becomes adharma. What is adharma becomes dharma. What is right becomes wrong, and what becomes right, what is wrong becomes right. Then the intellect is confused. So I'll tell you a story. The story of one king called Manuniti Cholan. His name is Manuniti Cholan. It really happened in India. The Chola king, his name is Manuniti. What happened? The king had a bell in his palace. Anybody wants a justice, they'll come and ring the bell. The king, whatever time, mid of the night also will come and give justice to them. That was the way of Manuniti Chola, very famous king. One day, a cow comes and rings the bell. So king comes out. Cow is ringing the bell. So cow is complaining. Then king inquires. What happened was the calf of the cow was killed by his son while riding a horse chariot. The calf came on the street, and this person didn't stop the chariot. The calf died. The cow came and sought justice. Immediately hearing that, the king takes the sword and kills his son. Justice is same for animal, friend, or relative. So the king killed his son. His name is Manuniti Cholan. So justice is said to be blind. Nyaya Devata puts a Nyaya Devata. We have seen Nyaya Devata. Nyaya Devata puts what we call blindfold. Means while giving justice, you should not see your son, friend, relative, uncle. You should deliver the justice. What is justice you have to deliver? So Manuniti Cholan was famous for his destiny judgment, free from any biases. But now coming back to Arjuna, why I told in earlier days, our kings and emperors gave so much of importance to justice, dharma, without biases. But Arjuna, so-called Kshatriya, a warrior, has come for dharma yuddha. Because the Kauravas, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya are standing for adharma. Now, what happened to him when looking at them? That is the question. So he says they are atatayins. Atatayin means worst kind of criminals. They are criminals. Who? Duryodhana, Kauravas, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, they are worst kind of criminals. There are Pancha Mahapatakas mentioned in scriptures. 5 worst kind of crimes. The one who does the 5 worst kind of crimes is called Atatatai. The one who is a criminal, worst criminal. So Arjuna says these are worst criminals. What are the Pancha Mahapatakas? Killing anybody is a Mahapataka. Killing a person, innocent person, is Mahapataka. Out of the killing, Brahmana is a very big Mahapataka. Stealing is a Mahapataka, stealing of other people's wealth. Creating problem for women is another problem. Right? Like that, 5 Mahapatakas are mentioned. So the Kauravas have done all the 5 Mahapatakas. That's why they are Atatais. That means they are worst criminals. But now, Arjuna says, they may be the worst criminals, but they are my relatives. Mamakara. Okay? They may be worst criminals, but killing a relative is a bigger Mahapataka. I'll incur sin by killing relatives. So they are criminals, no doubt. But killing relatives is a bigger sin. Krishna. So he called Krishna as Janardhana. He calls Krishna as Madhusmadhava. So he calls Krishna as Janardhana because Janardhana means Jana Ardhana. So people, he is the protector of all beings. Arjuna is saying, please protect me also. I don't want to do sin. Don't push me to into sin. Krishna, you are making me to sin. Please don't do that. Janardhana. Oh, Madhava. Why Madhava? Madhava means Lakshmipati, husband of Lakshmi. Lakshmi means all kinds of wealth. Means very powerful. Oh, Madhava, you're so powerful. Please give me strength not to do the sin. Sin of killing. So now dharma has become adharma for him. Adharma has become dharma. So as Kshatriya, he is supposed to punish the adharmis. So if he punish the adharmis, kill adharmis, he'll not get a sin. He'll go to Sarga. But now he thinks killing Kauravas is adharma because they are relatives. So his whole concept of dharma and adharma is changed. Why? The buddhi is changed now. Buddhi is corrupted. Intellect is corrupted. Dharma has become adharma for him. So we have to remember Manuniti Cholan. What is dharma? Even his son, he doesn't spare his son. So now Arjuna is completely in depression. Okay, because he doesn't know the balance between outer and inner. The outer world is dharma. The inner world is self-realization. So the balance is gone. The outer and inner. For outer world, material world, we have to follow the dharma. Arjuna has to follow the Kshatriya dharma. And inner world, he has to follow Atma dharma, realizing self. Atmana mokshartam, jagaditaya should be his dharma. So our life should be balanced between the outer and inner. How the outer and inner will be balanced? Only when you focus your life on Atmana mokshartam, jagaditaya. Dharmic way of living outer and self-realization to Sravana Mana Nididhyasa, the inner and outer are balanced. Now there's a total confusion. Inner realization Arjuna has completely forgotten. Why should I live? He is asking. That means self-realization doesn't know. And outer adharma, he is considering dharma, and dharma is considering adharma. Mind is completely, intellect is completely confused. That's called moha. This is the state of Arjuna. So it is not outer versus inner. Many people make the spiritual life versus material life. So if somebody is spiritual, he has to drop the material world. It is not about that. It is the balance between the material and spiritual. So I would say the life is neither spiritual nor material. It's divine. So the divine life is Atmano Mokshartam Jagaditaya. Arjuna has completely forgotten that. It's a balanced life. Arjuna has become imbalanced. Inner he has forgotten, outer is confusing dharma with adharma. So coming back to our old picture, there's manaha, manas, ahankara, ego, buddhi, intellect, chitta or chit, pure consciousness. So the manas is the outer mind. The manas is full of raga and dvesha. Ahankara is the ego. Buddhi is the intellect. Now what happened to Arjuna? In manas, he saw his relatives, his uncle, his cousins, his grandfather, his guru. Then raga arose. Oh, these are mine. Mamakara arose. The moment mamakara arises, he goes into future. What will happen to them if they die? Imagination. That future, oh, they will die. Then what will happen to me? Then dukkha came, sorrow came to him. See, step by step. So then what happened? The ego, ahankara, is changed this position. Ahankara is, I am Kshatriya. I have to take care of dharma. That ahankara has become now, I am Arjuna, my uncle. So ahankara has now changed the position. Ahankara has become relative. From Kshatriya, it has become relative ahankara. My uncle, my grandfather. So completely ahankara has changed the position. Manas, what has done? Raga Dvesha has come. So ahankara and mamakara now totally confusing the buddhi, intellect. The buddhi is higher faculty. The intellect is completely now confused. Intellect is confused, it's called moha. So that's called delusion. Now, when buddhi is confused, what will happen? Buddhi will give wrong logic. The intellect has to give right logic. It's called viveka. What is right? What is wrong? So what is called right and wrong is called dharma, adharma, viveka. So dharma, adharma, what is right? What is wrong? Which should be clear. But buddhi is now totally confused. Buddhi is now gone. It's called moha, delusion. So buddhi, instead of giving right and wrong, it started supporting the mana and ahankara. Buddhi, instead of directing on mana and ahankara, buddhi itself is directing. With this getting directed by mana ahankara. The other way. The outer is directing the inner. So actually buddhi should say what is right and what is wrong. What is dharma, what is adharma. What is atma, what is anatma. Instead, the buddhi is totally confused. Atma, it has forgotten. Dharma, adharma, it is confusing. That's called moha. So now, when you are confused, the buddhi will give very nice false logic. Logic will be false. That's called moha. You will give very beautiful logic. It appears to be very real. So buddhi is giving false logic. What happened to Arjuna? There is inner pull of consciousness and outer pull of senses. Okay. So there's a tug of war going on. The manaha and ahankara is dominating the buddhi. Buddhi is now giving a very beautiful logic to Krishna. Oh Krishna, Madhava, Janardana, what are you saying? These people may be the worst criminals. They have done Pancha Mahapataka. But they're my relatives, no. By killing them, I'll go to do Papa, no. So logic is ulta now. A Kshatriya has to punish, a judge has to punish the criminals. Now logic is ulta. Arjuna says, I'll get a Papa. Then next step, another further beautiful logic he gives. Buddhi gives now. Buddhi is following Manas and Ahankara. Buddhi is not giving clear Viveka. So Buddhi is saying, okay, they are not only relatives. See our Krishna, he is telling Krishna. See Krishna, they are ignorant people. Duryodhana and Kauravas are very ignorant people. They don't know what is dharma and adharma. They don't care for killing relatives also. They are ready for Mahapataka. They have come to war for killing the others and they have done Mahapataka. But Krishna, I am intelligent, no. I am smart, no. I know what is right, no. Huh? I know I am right. I am better than them. I am more intelligent. So Arjuna says, I am intelligent now. Buddhi is telling, I am intelligent now. See, I don't want to do Papa. They are doing Papa out of Adnana. They are doing sin out of Adnana. But I don't want to do Papa. See, the logic, the Buddhi, which has gone to Moha, is giving completely a false logic. Completely false logic. And it is getting confused with Manas and Ahankara and giving a completely involuntary long. If somebody doesn't understand the proper Viveka, will think, oh, what beautiful Arjuna is saying. No, he's so smart, he's so understand, he doesn't want to do sin. Like that logic is given. See, this logic will apply in many places. Okay. One day I was conducting a Bhagavad Gita class. One of the persons, very high position, very educated, he comes and tells me, Prabhuji, what are you saying? Okay. The sense organs are given by God. Our 5 indriyas, Manasu Buddhi, the tongue, eyes, and ears are given by God. To us, the experience, enjoy the world. Okay. Now you are saying, don't enjoy the world. That means you are going against God. God has already given us. God has already given us eyes to see the world, beautiful world. Tongue to taste the beautiful world, best things in the world. Ear to hear the best possible entertainment in the world. Prabhuji, don't tell me. Krishna is telling us, ignore the sense organs, ignore the mind. Okay? Go inwards. So that means your injustice, actually you're going against the wish of God. See, this is the logic which person is giving. And I am telling you a real case. How people apply logic. Right? So this is called, in the Vedantic language, it's called spiritual bypass. We use the logic of Vedanta, logic of Jnana to our own convenience. Arjuna was doing spiritual bypass. So now, he is giving various kinds of logic. Another kind of logic, another place. Okay. Somebody is eating vegetarian food and non-vegetarian food. Okay. The person who is eating vegetarian food, he tells friend non-vegetarian, please, we should not eat meat. It's violence. Then the person who is telling, he says, what are you saying? I cut goat, I cut chicken and eat. But you cut cabbage, no. Cabbage and eat, no. Cabbage is life, no. Some logic. We want to use logic for justification of our activities. So Arjuna has started, he is deluded. He is using spiritual bypass to justify his own manas and ahankara. This is the trap. So there's a saying in Bible, devil quoting the scripture means devil also quote Bible, it seems. Okay, but for its own convenience. I've seen many spiritual seekers quoting spiritual truths for their own convenience. Okay. They will twist the spiritual teaching for their own convenience. Hey, I don't want to do any service here. because I have Jnana, I am Atma. Atma doesn't do anything. You see, enlightened being is non-doer. Enlightened being is non-doer does not mean he doesn't do anything. He is a doer. He does all things for Loka Kalyana, but he is a non-doer in whole of the activity. So then the people come and say, oh, I'm enlightened. I'll sit blissfully in a room. They'll give the laziness for enlightenment. So scriptures quoting the devil. The scripture, the devil quoting the scripture. So many of us twist the spiritual teaching for our own advantage. This is called spiritual bypass. So Arjuna is now teaching. Dharma and Adharma is twisting for his vasana and samskara. Right? So here, this is the Adi Bhautika view. What happened in the warfield. In Adhyatmic view, what happens? Adhyatmika is Arjuna is a spiritual seeker. Okay? He has two journeys. Journey of more and more thoughts when the mind goes outwards and the mind goes inwards towards the Atma, Krishna. Right? So this is called Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Pravritti means more and more thoughts, more and more tension. When the sense organs pursue the outer world, it's called Pravritti. Nivritti means the mind goes inwards towards the Atma and self-realization, towards God. Now the spiritual seekers will say, see, this outer world, happiness is there in the outer world. Okay, which means following Duryodhana, there's happiness. They're my relatives. I don't know this happiness called Atma Dhyana. Brahman is no name, no form, no shape. Mind cannot reach him. So why should I try something which is not reachable? I'll enjoy the world. That's exactly what I'm saying. Arjuna is saying. So you mean to say I should kill my sense organs, my relatives? That means I should kill all sense pleasures? I should stop enjoying the outer world? Is that what you're saying? That's a sin. Because God has given that to me, the outer world. So this is the logic which spiritual seeker apply. Initial person. Some other seekers, they are a little bit advanced in the spiritual path. Okay. So they have not got the bliss. Then the outer world is pulling them. So bliss of self, they are not realized. So this situation, I am not realized the bliss of self. Neither I am losing my sense or my outer sense of pleasures also. So I'm missing something. So they get startled. So this is the state of Arjuna. So let me take care of my relatives, means my sense organs and the mind which is going outwards. I don't want to kill them. I don't want to go into spiritual journey. Pravritti Marga, I don't want to stop because God has given me that. Stopping that, killing that is called adharma. So this is the spiritual meaning. So a real spiritual seeker will go inwards. See, when you say the spiritual teaching, you drop the outer sense organs and the mind. What it means is really drop the smaller to get the higher. A person studying for IIT, he doesn't go to movie, he doesn't go to play with games because he's focused on the study. He is dropping something for the higher. So drop the sense organs and the mind, outer sense pleasures means you focus on the higher. So Arjuna has forgotten this truth. Completely his mind is distorted. He is using spiritual bypass. It's like a devil quoting the scripture. Bhuta quoting the scripture, Bhagavad Gita. All of you are welcome to this session of Bhagavad Gita. Enjoy the dilemma of Arjuna, because dilemma of Arjuna is also our dilemma. Arjuna is your own representative, right? All of you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, share your YouTube channel with your friends, like our channel. Namaste. Any questions I can answer. So there's my friend Ramachandra asking questions on YouTube. Let me answer the question. So Ramachandra says, Prabhuji has said that life is neither spiritual nor material. It's divine. Okay. But from Adnani point of view, either material life is there or spiritual life is there. So Jnani point of view, how you can bring me life? So Ramachandra, Adnani when gets a Jnani Guru, he understands life much better way. So Adnani point of view, either spiritual life is there, material life is split. But under the guidance of Jnani Guru, life becomes divine, neither material nor spiritual. The solution is get the guidance of a Gnani Guru, bring Atmano Mokshatam Jagadita in life, then life is divine. Okay, Ramachandra says, India has such a great kings like Manuniti Cholan. Is that only for kings or can that be applied to a householder like me? Should I remove relatives from my life when they follow adharma? Ramachandra, Manuniti Cholan was in India had great kings. Manuniti Cholan was one example. Fortunately for India, we have a tradition of great kings. Many of them. That's why India is a Moksha Bhumi, India is a Dharma Bhumi. Now, should I remove relatives from my life who follow when they follow adharma? So Ramachandra, use your discrimination. Okay. Rajaniti Manuniti Cholan can do because he's a king. In your life, you use your discrimination. Try to move away from the relatives. Don't remove from them. Try to have minimal interaction with the relatives who are doing adharma. Don't cut off. It is not wise to have enemies in your house. Okay. Be friendly with them, but don't get involved in their adharma. You protect yourself from adharma, you and your family. So, but Dharma Vidya in Mahabharata cut animals for survival. Is that not spiritual bypass using excuse of survival? So Ramachandra is asking, in Mahabharata, they are actually killing animals. Mahabharata time, one thing you have to remember, Karnataka Mahabharata war, around 50 lakh soldiers had to be fed. 50 lakh. Understand? For 50 lakh soldiers, the food was prepared by people who went from Udupi. Udupi hotels, you think of today, modern in 21st century. The entire cooking for Pandavas and Kauravas was done by Udupi Brahmins. Udupi hotel started 5,300 years back. Okay. So in the Mahabharata war, when the food was prepared, it was a vegetarian food because they can't cut and kill animals and bring to war field. What happened? The food, the killing the animals, okay, was allowed for Kshatriya. Because for Kshatriyas, killing and eating animals was allowed as a part of their Rajadharma. Because if you are not able to kill an animal, you will not be able to kill an animal. You have to see you have to get accustomed to blood. So that's why killing animal or eating non-vegetarian food was prescribed for Kshatriyas. But there was limitation. There was clauses. It is not that you can eat non-vegetarian food whenever you want. Okay. You have to kill animals only when the animals are troubling the society. The animal population has increased. Then when they trouble the society, you have to kill the animals. It's not like when my tongue wants, I will kill it, non-vegetarian. So killing the animal was given as a privilege to Kshatriyas. And then also killing of animal is done as an offering to God. So Rajasic Ahar was a part of Kshatriya's life, but not for the way it is done today. Today in the world, we are killing for a population of 8 billion. Nothing less than 2 billion animals are every day killed. They are tortured. Okay, horrible tortures animals go through. So in Kshatriya's time, there is no torture at all. The animal and Kshatriya both are on the same footing. So animal runs, Kshatriya has to run. But now, non-vegetarian food, animals are caged. They're helpless. The helpless animals are killed. So they are very different from what is their situation today to what is there long back. What is there in the ancient time? Killing the animals in dharmic way. You have to fight with the animal one-on-one. Here now, billions of animals are imprisoned. They're tortured and killed for the sake of tongue, taste.
Guruji, what about the mosquitoes, rats, and all that? It is the sin. Yeah?
Whatever is required for your life, try to do it with a minimal way. Okay, don't do it extreme, right?
Okay, thank you.
So Ramachandra is asking, Dharma Vyada in Mahabharata cut animals for survival. Dharma Vyada, there is a person called Dharma Vyada who gave teaching to Kaushika. Is that not spiritual bypass using the excuse of survival? So Ramachandra, the society in the early day was organized as all based on profession. Today, I can leave a profession and go. I am a Brahmana, I can go into business. A businessman can come to Brahmana. So earlier day, you cannot interchange the professions. So Dharma Vyada comes from a profession of butchers. So Dharma Vyada said, I'll cut the animals which are killed in dharmic way, and that I'll use it for my family. So now here, the killing and selling the animals is not done for taste, it is done for survival. See, today people eat food for taste, not for survival. So Dharma Vyada had to do it for survival because he has no other way of surviving. He has a family responsibility. He has a parents whom he has to take care. He fulfilled his responsibility as Dharma Vyada. So Ramachandra says, when you say there's nothing like spiritual life and material life, then what is Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga in Vedanta? So the word Pravritti means thoughts, more and more thoughts. Nivritti means less and less thoughts. Vedanta, Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga, what does it mean when there's no spiritual life and material life? See, the material life is not material life. Material life has become pravritti, more and more thoughts will come if the thoughts are selfish. Ahankara and mamakara make material life more and more pravritti. But dharmic way of living makes the same material life more and more peaceful. The nivritti, pravritti will happen when the selfishness is there. When the service is there, pravritti will become nivritti. So same material life will become spiritual when you do jagaditaya, service. Same material life will become Atma mokshatam jagaditaya. Same material life will become spiritual life. So it is the way of looking at life. More and more thoughts will come if you are living a selfish life. If you are service oriented, more and more mind will become peaceful. It will become nivritti. Are we clear, Ramachandra? Any questions? So Ramachandra says, thank you, very much clear. Anybody in Zoom? Any questions? Kumari?
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
No question, Prabhuji. I think the important point to note is Buddhi should never be directed by manas and ahamkara. And every single moment, it's important to remember that and not be led by in the path of least resistance or take spiritual bypass. I think every single moment that fight keeps happening. It's not clear cut. It's not so. It doesn't have to be a war, but minute to minute decision is very important to validate that.
There are one thing, two types of viveka. Dharma, adharma viveka in the outer world, Atma, anatma viveka in the inner world. Both should be guided by buddhi, not by manas and ahankara. And buddhi should be guided by Atma, the Sakshi. Guru.
Guruji,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your guidance, Prabhuji, every time. Thank you.
Guruji,
Yes, go ahead.
that balance you have showed me, no?
Ah.
Will you kindly explain once again that balance?
See, when people think spiritual life, they say, I'll run away from the world. I'll go to him. Material world, I want to drop. Then they say, material world versus spiritual world. Life is not material world or spiritual world. Being in the material and spiritual, divinizing, finding the God in that whole world is called spiritual. So life is not running away from the world. World should be used for service, dharma, and Atma mokshatam jagaditaya. Then same world becomes spiritual, the divine. Are you clear?
That balance you have told me, inner and outer, that two corner. What is that? I want clarity.
The outer world, people say outer world is dangerous. I want to run away from Maya. I want to go to Himalayas. Okay. I don't say outer world. Don't run away from the outer world. Live in the outer world with a service attitude.
Okay.
Yeah. Then outer world will not become Maya for you. Outer world will become frees you.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Inner world, Atma Mokshartam is inner journey. Right?
Mm.
So many people think that outer versus inner, they will make it a fight. Oh, outer world, I have to run away from this. You have to live in the world. Atma Mokshartam, Jagadaya. Then outer and inner will get balanced. Then it will become divine. That's
Only
exactly.
this one is there, then there is no pull only, no?
Huh?
When only seva is there, there is no pull, whatever it is.
What pull? No, we are speaking of, but seva is there. Our buddhi can be connected by ahankara and mamakara. No, it can create a lot of delusion. No, like what has to happen to Arjuna. See, Arjuna, Krishna is telling Arjuna nothing but Atma Mokshatam Jagadaya, you work, don't have to run away.
Yeah.
Now, Arjuna is giving you a very long logic to run away from the world. Right? Are you doing this? Is Arjuna is friendly? Arjuna is our friend, no? He represents all of us, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Krishna is there, no? In Arjuna, Krishna is there, no? Then Krishna will take care of.
Yeah. That's how it is. Guru
Yeah.
and Atma. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you will do logic of manas and ahankara.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, then you do spiritual.
In Jiva, Krishna is there.
Yes.
Krishna is established now.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Anybody has any questions?